Slope of a parallel and perpendicular line. Rule: if we have two lines with the same slope, then we have parallel lines. If we have two lines and one slope is negative inverse from the other slope, then we have perpendicular lines. For example, negative 4x plus y equals 13. Negative 8x plus 2y equals 20. We solve each line for y. First line, we add 4x from both sides. We end up with y equals 4x plus 13. Second line, we add 8x from both sides. We end up with 2y equals 8x plus 20. We divide both sides by 2. For both lines, we have the same slope, so these are parallel lines. Another example, 7x minus y equals 14. Negative x minus 7y equals negative 21. We solve each line for y. First line, we subtract 7x from both sides. We end up with negative y equals negative 7x plus 14. We multiply by negative 1 on both sides. We end up with y equals 7x minus 14. Second line, we add x from both sides. We end up with negative 7y equals x minus 21. We divide both sides by negative 7. We end up with y equals negative 1 over 7x plus 3. Slope of the first line is 7. Slope of the second line is negative 1 over 7. Second slope is the negative inverse of the first one. That means it's perpendicular lines. Let's practice. Take your time and try the following exercises. When you finish, check your answers with mine. Practice solution. 4x minus y equals 12. X minus 4y equals negative 16. We solve each line for y. First line, we subtract 4x from both sides. We end up with negative y equals negative 4x plus 12. We multiply by negative 1 on both sides. Second line, we subtract x from both sides. We end up with negative 4y equals negative x minus 16. We divide both sides by negative 4. Slope of the first line is 4. Slope of the second line is 1 over 4. Second slope is positive inverse of the first one. That means it is not a perpendicular or parallel line.